You're not seeing things, they are floating. But to really understand how an Olympic rower ended up here, let's start on some solid ground.
There are so many ways of exercising here on Earth. But what about keeping fit in space?
I've come to St Mary's University in London, where a research collaboration is underway to try and solve how can astronauts most effectively work out in space. And they've got a reserve astronaut and an Olympic rower to help with the tests.
Why can't we just have astronauts bobbing around in a space station?
If astronauts don't do exercise, then they really quickly start to decondition. So they lose muscle mass, they lose bone. In space, we don't experience any forces. Our muscles, our bones immediately start to diminish because we're not being loaded by those forces.
Did you sign up to this because you secretly want to be an astronaut?
Who wouldn't? I mean, that's a childhood dream, isn't it, to be an astronaut? No, it's just an opportunity to be able to do something really different.
Could you just put a rowing machine up there, or is it not as simple as that?
We could put a rowing machine up there, but it takes up a lot of space. You can only do one activity on it, and also the forces that are being expressed here would be felt by the environment. The scientists would be unhappy if you were rattling their experiments.
On the International Space Station, astronauts spend about 2 hours of every day doing exercise. That all adds up. It takes time.
Let's have a big jump.
So could this invention be the answer?
What we got here, this is Hi-Fi-M. It's the next generation of astronaut exercise equipment for long space missions, like the multi-gym. Basically, on this small piece of equipment, we can do over 300 exercises. Wow. And some of those are just variations on a theme. But yes, we can put attachments on here. We can end up doing bench presses, arm curls, rotations, lateral flexions, moving sideways, and jumping, which is a really important one. And the other part that we'll be testing in zero gravity, which is rowing.
It's not the only piece of kit being developed. Currently, there's a space gym race, with scientists and engineers worldwide competing to present their best solution to the problem.
Yeah, we got up to 110, so, you know, just with 10 jumps. It is hugely exciting that we have exercise devices like these that are coming through that mean that we need to spend a lot less time, because time on the space station is incredibly valuable. The space station is an orbiting laboratory. You know, we're there to do science, we're there to do experiments, and the more time that you have available to do those experiments, the better outcomes we can have. You know, if you can reduce the amount of exercise time from 2 hours to an hour, 45 minutes less, then that is an extra hour that you have in your day to do experiments, and that could cause a whole range of breakthroughs.
This equipment itself runs without power, but what we do have is a nice piece of very small equipment in there that is measuring the distance and the speed that the carriage travels. And that sends a wireless signal to a tablet or a laptop.
So you know that they are effectively exercising?
Yes.
Did you say it was made at Pinewood Studios?
Yes, we got an amazing special effects engineering team who are Oscar winners for 1917. They make Star Wars, Mission Impossible, James Bond. Fantastic team. Okay, what I'd love you to do is I want you to sit down there and swing your legs over.
Of course, I can't resist having a go.
Engage your stomach muscles a little bit.
What stomach muscles,
You're
John?
going to jump. Here we go.
Various space agencies across the world have some involvement in this project, including the UK Space Agency and the European Space Agency, which is providing parabolic flight tests, a way of creating space-like conditions.
Every year since the Olympics, I've always done some sort of physical challenge, and this one seems to be the sort of most outrageous so far.
The thing is, with the rowing, which is what we're testing on this particular flight, is that you can't test it properly on ground, not exactly how it will be. So the first time that we get into zero G will be the first experience for everybody.
A few weeks later.
These parabolic flight campaigns are really extreme. It's an extreme environment to perform science. You've got to climb the plane up. It goes up to about 50 degrees nose up. get thrown into zero gravity, and we experience 22 seconds of zero gravity. During that time, the plane starts going nose down to about 40 degrees, and then they pull out. 1.5 minutes later, repeat. In one flight, we will do 31 parabolas. 22 seconds each parabola where we're extracting science. But it adds up.
I've done a lot of training in my time in different environments, but never at this kind of gravity. It's just, it's unbelievable. Completely different to what I've ever done before.
It's not in space yet, but what's the future for this type of kit?
We're at a really exciting moment in space exploration because we have the International Space Station, we have whatever space stations are coming next, and we have the Artemis missions going back to the moon and this time to stay. And we know that we have to keep fit in space. So devices like this are the future. It could be on the moon, maybe even one day on Mars, because that's the ultimate goal.